Hi everyone, it's Mahina at Celestial Goddess Tarot, and today's reading is centered on messages from Lemuria, usually referred to as Mu, the Mu civilization. And Mu is ancient Polynesia, and so ancient times in the Pacific Islands. And many of us know of the Polynesian Triangle, where Hawaii is the apex. The other side of the triangle at the left is New Zealand, and then at the third point of the triangle is Easter Island as part of Chile. And so this region, there were more islands in ancient times, and this region was referred to as Mu. And some of you may have been to Hawaii or to Polynesia. There is this different energy there. In my experience, having visited a few times, I always feel this healing, loving energy just being there. And many believe that in the time of Mu, our ancestors lived in a higher dimension and in an elevated state. And they were able to create quickly and effortlessly. They were in touch with Mother Earth, and every decision they made respected the earth and their ancestors, their community, and future generations, the children and animals and plants. And so their beliefs are very similar to the various indigenous communities across the world. This time is also referred to by many as the beginning of humanity. And so we may not have books from that time. However, descriptions and accounts of this civilization is found in oral traditions from indigenous communities around the world. The time of Mu, at the beginning of it, was known as the Golden Age on Earth, and it's believed that the energies of the stars and the alignments right now are creating this similar environment for how the energies are now shifting today. And so humanity is getting another chance to create heaven on earth, just like how it was during the time of Mu. So in this reading, I connect with the collective of your higher selves for each group and your heavenly team and the Divine Mu collective, and I meditated and asked for messages that are in your highest good. So I'll be using different decks in the readings, as you'll see, and also doing crystal divination. So just have fun with this reading and choose the flower or shell and crystal that resonate with you. So all of the crystals are Lemurian quartz. And actually what makes them Lemurian quartz, so some of you may know this, is you may see the lines. If you can see it, you can see the lines in the crystal. So it's believed that if you rub your fingers on the lines, it's almost like a barcode. That it's believed that the Mu people in ancient times, before the destruction of their islands, they created these lines on these crystals and downloaded information, spiritual knowledge, ancient knowledge, in many quartz crystals found in South America in order to save and preserve the spiritual knowledge from their time for future generations. And that's why we're now seeing a resurgence in the finding of these crystals. So this is group 1. Group 2, the red rose and this crystal. And group 3. Before you pick your pile, tune into your heart and imagine roots growing from under your feet into Mother Earth to ground yourself into her energy. group 1, if you chose the conch shell and this Lemurian Quartz crystal, this is your reading. Your current situation and major influences. With the violet flame, the messages that I got were that many of you are developing your psychic gifts and your clair abilities, so clairaudience, hearing channeled messages from your spiritual team and your higher self, and your clairvoyance, so having visions. And there's also clairsentience, being able to feel on a physical level, feel the emotions of others, and also using your hands. And because you're developing your gifts right now at a pretty rapid speed, it's also important to be mindful of the need for psychic protection. So as your energy opens up to these different dimensions, these different energies, you may also be vulnerable to energies or beings that are not of light and love and operate out of fear and just take energy. And so you want to learn different ways of how to protect your energies. So that could be connecting with Archangel Michael for a shield of protection, a white shield or of general protection, or a purple. And that will protect you. The purple shield will protect you from psychic attacks, or black tourmaline crystal. Holding darker crystals, black crystals, will protect you. Pyrite, I have a piece here. This is one form of pyrite. And they help to ground you and protect you as well. And hematite. And just look into different ways of how to protect your energy, how to cleanse your energy. With the violet flame, it's such a high vibrational energy that clears away negative energy and purifies it, transmutes it into positive, loving energy. Maybe look into the violet flame and see how you can integrate that into your spiritual practice. Because as you continue to expand your spirituality and your gifts, the need for that psychic protection just keeps growing, and also has to expand in conjunction or in tandem with the growth of your spiritual abilities. With the home card, notice the star that she's pointing to in her heart, and I feel the message here is that you're always home. Home is where you are. Home is not necessarily a place. And maybe some of you are feeling alone, feeling isolated, or even just feeling left out. Maybe there aren't that many people in your life that you can connect with spiritually in a way that is authentic to who you are today. And so maybe you're finding it hard to relate to the people that used to be part of your inner circle or your close friends. But just know that you're always connected through your heart, which is a portal to the divine, to Source. Because we were created by Source, that divine spark is within all of us. Even those who may not be interested in exploring their spirituality, it's within every sentient being. And so we're always all connected, and always all connected to Source, because we come from the same place. And so with her heart, and then she's in a heart, it's just that reminder of you're always surrounded by loving beings, and your heavenly team, your spirit guides, ancestor spirits that walk this journey with you in order to help guide you, to learn from maybe their mistakes, or just to support you because they love you so much. You have animal spirits that you've had other lives with, soulmate spirits or that act as spirit guides to you that you also had other lives with, and they're just with you as you probably were with them in some of their incarnations. These eyes in each bubble. And I feel that they represent all these different spirits and souls that are always around you and sending you love and guidance, and they're ready to help you, to help guide you. And it's just a matter of connecting with them and asking for help, because we always have free will, so we have to ask. We have to ask for their intervention that is in your highest good to help you with certain situations that you may find difficult, or if you feeling alone, you can ask them to help guide you to like-minded souls. And with alignment, I feel this card is a message from the Mu Collective to stay true to who you are and be as authentic as possible. So if you really love, let's see, like aromatherapy and crystals, and it just really resonates with you, but then maybe you're getting flack from the people in your life of like, why are you holding these rocks in your pockets, which is something I'm doing as we speak, by the way. So some people may be kind of judging you for the different things that you're into now that interest you, but just continue to be true to yourself. There's always a reason for everything. There's a reason why crystals and energy healing resonates with you, and why you find them so beautiful and why you like to hold them. And these are just examples, so it could apply to anything. And there's a reason why you love flowers and you love working with essential oils to help heal or balance your chakras, because the different flowers and different plants resonate with different chakras. And I feel like with the chakras here, the color, the rainbow represented, and I feel that that's a message that maybe if those interest you and you haven't done that yet, then maybe look into it. But continue to be in alignment with who you truly are and what brings you joy, who you are today, because we're always evolving. And as you do that, you'll find your tribe. Next we have cards from the Galactic Heritage deck. And originally I was going to only take one card, but these two fell out, and I feel that there's a reason for that. And the cards that came out, so we have Vega in the present, self-discipline, and Lyra present, pushing the envelope. And so I feel that this is a message to continue to be disciplined about nurturing and developing your unique spiritual abilities, or even if it's not necessarily connected to spirituality, but be disciplined in developing abilities that you feel are connected to why you're here. So that could be whether you're trying to write a book, or about your own spiritual realizations, or just in general, maybe a fantasy novel that will expand the consciousness and bring magic to and joy to others. So it could be anything from writing a book to creating art. Start to integrate more discipline in whatever it is you're working at right now. And with pushing the envelope, I feel that message resonates well. And just with the first three cards, just don't worry so much. Try not to worry so much about thinking outside the box, delineating from what the norm is. If some people think it's weird that you want to learn about galactic history or beings such as mermaids and unicorns and other dimensions and angels, then that's on them. You're living your life for you and to be of service to others and the highest good of others and yourself. So if that brings you joy, there's a reason for that. Let people say what they want to say, but just keep on your path. Keep following your path. Keep making decisions that feel true to your heart. You will find your tribe. I really keep getting the message over and over that a lot of you may be worried about not connecting with people that truly resonate with who you are now. But there's an assurance that you will. It's just a matter of continuing to explore within and connecting with what brings you joy and doing those activities and going to events whenever possible. So if you love going to the art gallery, then to see beautiful art, and don't let the fact that you're going to go alone stop you. Just go. Or if you love, ice skating or meditating by the lake, then do these activities. It's not a matter of if you're doing it alone or not, because don't forget you're not alone in the first place. And when you do activities that bring you joy, that energy and that self-love and self-care will radiate outward, and like attracts like, so you will attract and meet eventually people that resonate with you. Next we have a card from Starseed Oracle and Work Your Light. And I wanted these cards I feel represent your soul essence. So I feel a lot of you are Lyran starseeds or have a connection to Lyra, and Vega is one of the biggest planet in Lyra. And from what I know too, Vega, it represents Mother God consciousness, and Lyra represents more Father God consciousness. And so a lot of you may be coming into a time where you are finding a balance or working on it between the divine feminine and divine masculine within yourself, and what that looks like. With this card here, Hiriath, it's such a beautiful card. I'll just do a close up. So Hiriath, and I may not be pronouncing it well, but I'm doing my best. It is the Welsh word for homesickness or feeling homesick. And it's not an exact translation, but it's an approximate one. It's the closest word that I think we have in English. And it's interesting because you got the home card as well. And I wanted this card to represent kind of like your past, and this one your future in terms of the direction you're heading. Maybe some of you are coming into a time where you actually used to feel homesick or used to feel alone, or wanting to go back to a higher dimensional way of existence, but then there's that reminder again that wherever you are is home. Just existing, you are home, and it's just a matter of tuning inward to your heart and remembering that past, present, future is more of a 3D thing. On higher dimensions, like 4th dimension, 5th, higher, in like the quantum realms, there is no past, present, future. It's all simultaneous. And so you're always home, and it's about doing things that bring you joy and finding moments to just be grateful for the smaller things that you have in your life. It could be just having a roof over your head. No matter what we have or don't have, there's always something to be grateful for. And so that could be even just having that one friend. It could be having a beautiful, plant in your home. It could be having your dog. You may hear my dog snore in a bit. My dog Lele. And there's so many things. And so whenever you're feeling homesick or having those feelings of lack, try to flip the switch and hold space for that. I'm not saying to ignore them, but just transmute it for yourself. So, okay, I'm feeling sad about, not having as many people that connect with who I am today, but I have this really good friend that gets me, and we support each other, and there's mutual love and respect. And even if it's just one friend, that's still amazing. So as you continue to be authentic to who you are and expand your spiritual knowledge and follow your interests, you will be reunited with soul family, with friends and maybe a romantic partner that really resonates with who you are today. So you're headed towards this direction. You can follow your curiosity in terms of learning knowledge from ancient cultures, and because there's so much wisdom that is just ignored from our ancestors in ancient times. And many believe, including myself, that There's so much truth in the ancient texts. So the next cards we have represent spirit guides that are helping you right now. So we have Mamakocha, water. She is the goddess of the water and divine feminine energy, and also connected with the womb and fertility. And the fact that she's here, I wanted to say with this card as well, some of you may have a connection with Avalon as well. Avalon is not just, at least in my opinion and what resonates with me, what I've learned is that Avalon, the time of Merlin, King Arthur, Morgana, Le Fay, this magical time where the elementals were very present on Earth. It's more than just a myth. They existed thousands of years ago. It was a time where the energies in the world were not as dense, and so beings and so many people had very strong intuitive abilities and spiritual gifts that they're able to interact frequently with the elemental realm. Many believe that the language Welsh, and the peoples have a strong connection with the time of Avalon, and that Welsh was actually close to the language that they, or the same even, of what they spoke during the time of Avalon. It's believed that it was located in the British Isles. So some of you may have had an incarnation during that time. I feel the message from her. So a lot of you may be a water sign or have strong water placements in your chart, in your birth chart. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And so whether it's planets or having a stellium in a water sign, because we do have a lot of blue here, and we have the whales in the ocean, the dolphins here. I'm getting the message that water helps aid your intuition and your visions, your clair abilities. So maybe work with water. You can have a bowl of water nearby when you meditate, and make sure to stay hydrated. I'm actually a water sign, and I have a lot of water placements, and so I like to work with aquamarine, and it's a stone that actually has to be soaked in water from time to time in order to keep its structure strong. Otherwise it chips away slowly, and so maybe I do recommend aquamarine. So there may be a connection with speaking and singing your throat chakra that is connected with, or even channeling, that's connected with your unique spiritual abilities, your intuitive gifts. So I feel that this goddess is reminding you to explore your spiritual gifts and connect with aquamarine and water. It even looks like she's holding a shell or a crystal, perhaps a shell, so you can even meditate holding a shell, since it represents water and it's of the waters. Next we have Magenta Dragon. Enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. And it says here, awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. And I find it so interesting because it's also paired with the I Am Presence card. Expand your stellar gateway. I am that I am. I feel the message here is that within you, you must be a really old soul, and you have so much innate wisdom within you naturally. And so it's just a matter of tuning in to that wisdom, something that actually brings forth your spiritual gifts. In order to activate it, it's so important to also work on doing shadow work and healing from difficult experiences or any traumatic experiences or subconscious ways of thinking that can be holding you back. As you heal yourself, you make more room for your spiritual gifts to expand, and you're able to trust your intuition more and trust your gifts more. Well, the message I'm getting is a lot of you have already done so much healing, and so you're in this place now where you are more expanding into your gifts and your soul purpose. And of course, it can be more than one thing. But yes, tune into your own inner wisdom, and that can be even doing tarot and oracle readings for yourself, or meditating and connecting with your higher self and your spiritual team, and get guidance from your higher self of what steps you should take next in order to lead a life of joy and to be of service to others. Let's get some messages from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. I like this one wanted to come out. Peace. And a message from the mermaids. Reflections. Group 1's higher self and collective of Moon. What message do you have for them in their highest, that is in line with their highest good? Whom do you need to forgive? Okay. Let's see, with these cards coming out, I'm actually going to reverse the order. There may be a situation, whether it's with family or friend in your life, and it can be from the distant past or happening right now. It's possible that an unresolved situation or conflict with someone in your life is really affecting you today, even at a subconscious level. And so, who do you hold any anger towards anyone that was in your life, past, present? And if so, reflect and work on healing it, because holding anger for a long time, like, anger can be sacred because it tells us when our boundaries are not being respected. But then when we hold on to the anger for too long, it starts to hurt our own energy, and then it doesn't come from a place of love. And so hold space for yourself, process the anger in a healthy way, in a way that feels healthy to you. So it could be through exercising, maybe like boxing or dancing, or writing a letter and then burning it, writing a letter to the person you're really angry with and what they did, and don't hold back on the language, just say everything and then burn the letter. And I've mentioned this in another reading, but you can burn it safely by doing an accordion, like folding it into an accordion and then standing it up on its side and letting it burn downward. So I'll add a link in the description about what I mean and what it looks like. If there's anger you're feeling towards someone, reflect about it, express it, but do your best to get to a point of inner peace with it. No matter how long it takes, you deserve to feel the peace and joy in all moments. And it takes, shadow work is not easy. It's so easy to say these things like, going through a dark night of the soul or shadow work, but it's really tough. Be gentle with yourself, but also be disciplined about it. So find that balance. We'll get a final message from a few crystals. So the first crystal that came out is actually called Hiddenite. And I mean, just like the name, holding this crystal, working with it helps to reveal what's hidden from you, whether that's within yourself or in relation to someone else or of a situation. And I feel feel this message is, again, I feel the Mu Collective is reminding you to do the shadow work and to work on healing. One thing that I like to do, at least for me, like if I feel like I've done a lot of healing and, you know, I'm then in a place where I'm more productive, I try to take the time every Monday, since it's Monday is connected to the moon, the energies of the moon, just like Monday, moon, and then even in French, lundi, the word for moon is la lune, or lune. So there's this, every Monday there's this stronger connection with the moon and our emotions, and so I feel that it could be helpful to be more proactive with healing and maybe journal every Monday. Take some time, like an hour every Monday, to just journal and let whatever flows, whatever is coming up, just write it in your journal, and whatever thoughts are coming up. And as you write, something from that needs to be healed may come out in your writing. Or even take some time to meditate on every Monday, to connect with your heart, with your inner child, and ask if there's anything that needs to be nurtured. With amber is about, every crystal represents so many different things, but I feel the message with amber is about protecting your own energies, because amber is also a very protective stone, and it helps to strengthen your aura, your energy field. It is believed to seal any rips or holes in your aura to fully protect you. And so again, look into different ways to protect your energy. And with tanzanite, this stone is connected to the throat chakra and intuition. And I feel that it's the message from the Mu Collective is to communicate how you feel and try your best to do it even in situations that are difficult. And then remember that even if how you communicate is not received well, or what you communicate is not received well, as long as you're communicating from a place of love and compassion, but still delivering truth bombs, then try not to worry so much about how other people react to what you say, or whether or not they'll want to talk it through, or if they just like write you off, because when it comes down to it, you're only in control of how you act in the world and your words and how you react, and so you don't have control over how they react, and that's okay. But it's not easy to deal with certain personalities that may seem difficult, but just keep staying true to you and continue to live your life from a place of love and compassion for yourself and for others. So those are all the messages that the Mu Collective has for you today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Group 2. If you chose this Lemurian Quartz crystal and the red rose, this is your reading. This card represents your current situation and influences in your life right now. What a beautiful card. Shine your light. I'll show this to you close up. So beautiful. I'm hearing the message that it's just a reminder, really, that there is no soul that exists that is exactly like you, and you have gifts that were given to you by the divine that are unique only to you. No other soul has the same path, the same incarnations at the same time with the same conditions, whether on Earth or beyond. And so there are certain gifts or abilities that can only be shared by you. And it's a reminder that we all have this. We all are truly unique. Like even in the astrological birth chart, even if two people at the same birth time and are born in the same location and may have this similar planetary positions in their birth chart, they don't have the same soul essence and they don't have the same ancestral lineage. And so truly no soul can be alike. And so this is a reminder from the Mu Collective to embrace what makes you different, embrace your uniqueness, and share it out in the world, whether it's on social media or with the people in your life or all of it. Just share it, and it's okay to feel vulnerable. Like when we're different from others, we can feel vulnerable when we share certain parts of ourselves, whether that's connected to your art, spirituality, even starting a vlog, whatever it is. Remember that it's actually strong to be vulnerable. It's actually brave because you're taking a chance and on yourself, and you're exposing a part of you that's so unique and other people may not resonate, but at the same time there may be other people who will be inspired by what you share. And with healing, you can see the rainbow on this card and see how the energy flows and is moving, and like the infinity symbol and in different shapes and just flowing upward. So I feel this is a reminder to connect with your own energies and look into new healing modalities that you may not have tried before. And maybe they're connected, maybe it's connected to the chakras. So if you don't already know, which many of you probably already know about the different chakras and what they represent and how, so like the root chakra is connected to our family and our foundation and feeling safe, or it's also called the base chakra, red. And then, so if you just go through the rainbow, the colors of the rainbow. So look into the chakras, and I feel the message is to explore different ways of how to heal your own energy. So as an example, when I started my healing journey many years ago, I decided to study Reiki, and I was coming from very left brain, I think it's left brain, like analytical life experience background. I used to work in the legal field, and then for some reason it just kind of happened. Like I signed up for a class and then it ended up canceling, and so I had to quickly choose another class to replace it. And this Reiki class, level 1, just was sticking out to me, and I just felt, you know what, why not try it, and then I can learn how to do it and help myself heal from the past. And it opened, definitely learning Reiki awakened something in me for sure. So there may be something that it reconnected me with abilities that I've had in other lives, and learning Reiki was such a catalyst. And so there may be something, you may have encountered an activity or a class or some form of healing arts or visual arts or something that has become a catalyst in your own spiritual awakening, in remembering who you are at the soul level, more than just in this incarnation. And so look into the different ways of how to heal your own energy, whether it's through Reiki or sound healing or working with essential oils. There's so many different ways. So the next card we have represents your soul essence. And you got Saving Humanity Serious. So Sirius, maybe you may have had a past life as a being in Sirius. With this card coming out, the message in 4 + 3 = 7, so challenges. You may have had a past life as a Sirius being, or coming from Sirius, coming down to Earth and wanting to save humanity. However, the lesson was that, and the message from the Mu Collective is that not one person can save humanity. We can all work towards it, but it has to be a group effort. It's not, the onus isn't on just one person. And so try to find that balance with doing things that still bring you joy and also being of service to others, but then also maintaining healthy boundaries and self-care and having fun, balancing. Life doesn't have to be so serious, because there's so many. It's important to find that balance within yourself of fun and joy and nurturing your inner child that connects us with the authenticity of our soul, and balancing that with being of service to others. And that can look different for everyone, so it's just a matter of what resonates with you, whether that's volunteer work or starting a vlog. There's so many ways to be of service to others, as long as you hold the intention of doing things that are in the highest good of humanity and all beings, including yourself. This card represents past life energies, or past energies, and this represents where the direction you're heading. And remember, you always have free will, and that this is a general reading, so just take what resonates. So you may have also had a life in the Pleiades, and it's interesting. It says here, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. I feel that a lot of you part of group 2 are starseeds, and may at times feel so different from the people in your life, because it's very possible you were such an old soul that your soul actually came into existence off Earth and in either Sirius or Pleiades or somewhere else, Lyra. But then you've had many incarnations in different star systems and have had many galactic lives before coming to Earth, or experiences before incarnating on Earth. And so there really seems like there's this theme of you really feel that you want to help everyone, but with double mission, it's again that reminder that you can be of service, but also have a life that you enjoy. Find that balance. And with whale, so the past energies, whale and orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. It's believed that whales are holding a 5th dimensional frequency on Earth right now, and that's why their bodies are so large. And when they sing, they are helping to uplift the energy of Mother Earth and all of us. And so some of you, or a lot of you, can be singers or want to explore sound healing or light language and singing. Or maybe you've always wanted to sing and share it with others, but maybe you were too shy to do it before, or worried about feeling vulnerable. But I feel the message here is, and because it's in the past, you may have already worked on this, but look into sound healing. So whether that's using a Tibetan bowl or tingshas, I can show you what that is. I show this in the intro as well. So this is a Tibetan bowl, and a lot of people use it to clear crystals, and you put the crystal inside, and they use it in sound healing and Reiki. And then there are these tingshas. These are all connected to ancient wisdom in Tibet and possibly like galactic. So these are tingshas. And they're used to help clear, they really basically shake out any dense energies and infuse positive energy and allow space for positive, loving energy. Maybe look into listening to music that is in resonance with the Schumann resonance, so the heartbeat of Mother Earth. The Schumann resonance, or the natural frequency of the Earth, is approximately 8 hertz. And so a lot of people are starting to listen to music that actually is at 432 hertz, which is in harmony with Mother Earth and with our own energies. Because right now most of the music out there is produced in instruments or resonate at 440 hertz. And so it's a bit off. And so maybe look into that. I'm getting the message to share that because that's something that I'm exploring right now. You can check on YouTube. A lot of people post songs and they've changed it, they've tweaked it so that it's playing at 432 hertz. So it's a little slower, a little bit lower, but when you tune into the energy and how you feel when you're hearing a song that's played at that frequency versus the original song at 440 hertz, you can actually feel the difference. Like I definitely sense it in my body. It definitely just feels more balanced, and I feel a little bit more at ease when I listen to music at 432. Next we have messages from the goddesses and spirit guides. So first we have Goddess Isis. Rebirth. She's the goddess from ancient Egypt, and she represents transformation and divine feminine empowerment. There's a lot of water here, but I also feel a lot of you can be fire signs or have strong fire placements in your birth chart. Fire, earth, water as well, but I'm sensing fire and earth placements. I feel that the message from Goddess Isis is, I like to say Goddess Aset, because Isis is, I think, the Greek interpretation of her name, but in ancient Egyptian language, I believe it was Aset. And so Goddess Aset's message, I feel, is to remind you of your own abilities as a priestess, or as a priest, as a shaman, a medicine woman. You may have had many lives on Earth and elsewhere, and galactic lives where you helped others heal. And something that I feel isn't always discussed is that usually people who help guide others to heal themselves, they themselves had to undergo and continue to actively do their own shadow work in healing in order to explore and to learn how to best help others, help guide others to heal themselves, because truly people are healing themselves, and priestesses and shamans they guide others in the healing journey. And so I feel she's reminding you of your many experiences in doing that and wisdom, and it's possible that that's part of your double mission in this life, your soul purpose in this life, to help others heal in some way, whether that's through song, through your voice, through having your own spiritual practice on the side, because it doesn't have to be your full-time thing, but do what resonates with you. If that's what you want to aim for, then while working another job, then do both and start your spiritual practice on the side, and it will grow. It will grow with time, and ask for assistance from your spiritual team, from your spirit guides. So we also have freedom of truth, communicate honestly, and be who you truly are. And the Dragon Oracle, Golden Atlantean Dragon, helps you remember the wisdom of Golden Atlantis. So I feel that's really cool because you have such a strong elemental energy coming through. So you have the mermaid, and of course the elemental realm is very much connected to Mu or Lemuria. But then we have Sirius. Sirius is really connected to the elemental realm as well, and the ocean and whales. dolphins. And Sirius is very much connected to ancient Egypt and Atlantis. It's believed that beings from Sirius came to Earth, and I think I mentioned it earlier, but they were very active and present during ancient Egypt and Atlantis. Group 2, you may have had incarnations in both Egypt, ancient Egypt, and Atlantis, or I guess Atlantis being first and then Egypt. And so connect with your higher self and your spirit guides on details of your past lives. You may already be getting visions of it or dreaming about it, but it can help to get a personal Akashic reading and focus on these two timelines, ancient Egypt and Atlantis, and also Mu, to learn more and get specific details of your lives during these times. And with the freedom of truth, communicate honestly, be who you truly are. So I feel that connects with sharing your song and vulnerability. Just a reminder that as long as you're communicating from a place of authenticity and being of service to others and wanting the best and wanting to do things that are in the highest good of yourself and for all, it's a beautiful thing to share what you want to share. Divination. I feel that really fits in well and connects with a priestess past life. So you really may have had many past lives, many incarnations as a priestess, where you use divination to help guide others, to heal, to get clarity on their journey, their life journey. And a lot of you may have strong clairaudience gifts, like what's connected to song, but also the way she's cupping her ear. You may hear messages. And so just keep working on and meditating and working on developing your clairaudience skills, connecting with your higher self, channeling messages for yourself and guidance for your life. The masculine, lunar god. Walk away. Leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy new doors that open as a result. So there could be some sort of difficult situation involving someone with divine masculine energy, and you may feel called to distance yourself from this person, whether it's romantic, friendship, or family, and do what feels right for you. Do your best to not feel guilt. It may be time to walk away, or at least give yourself some space in order to connect, go within yourself and reflect on whether this relationship, friendship is healthy. If you feel that there's mutual love and respect, mutual compassion both ways, healthy boundaries, then if you feel that it isn't healthy, then maybe take some time for yourself to really think things through and get guidance. Okay, let's get guidance from the crystals. New Collective and Group 2's Heavenly Team. Please give us guidance that are in Group 2's highest good. Already I feel this is another reminder of how old your soul is, and a reminder to empower yourself and tune into your own inner wisdom, because this is petrified wood from ancient times that has been formed into into rock. And I find it so interesting that you got two amylites. So these are just ancient crustaceans or fossils, I believe during the dinosaur age. And you got 2 of them. And so I feel there's a message also about harmonizing. Right now could be the perfect time for you to harmonize and balance the divine masculine and divine feminine within you, with this card coming out. And then also with the strong divine feminine priestess energy, or in connection to intuitive abilities, psychic gifts. These also represent past lives and reincarnation. And so getting to, I feel that it also represents the messages that maybe you've had many incarnations as divine feminine and then many as divine masculine, and so you find it easy to tap into both. So this could be a call to work on that, or to maintain that if that's something you already do. And one way to do that is to do different activities. So divine masculine is like yang versus yin energy. So divine masculine activities like boxing or martial arts, running, so any like fast moving sports or activities. And then more yin or divine feminine is like yoga or yin yoga, dancing, any type of dance, whether that's I actually am a Polynesian dancer, so I do like doing, maybe learning hula, or it does resonate with a Mu collective. The hula movements represent the different elements, like the ocean, fire, the wind, air, the earth. If you watch a hula dance, you can see, especially the more traditional dances and also ancient hula, many of these dances share the stories of ancient times. But yeah, maybe look into folk dance connected to a specific culture, or even taking ballet classes, whether virtual or in person. There are so many options. And I feel there's another reminder about healing, because this is Mukite. And Mukite helps to heal our connection with our mother. And so whether that's your own mother or just an aunt, or maybe it's a reminder to remother your inner child and nurture yourself. This is Aqua Aura Quartz. And you can see that iridescent surface. And it represents inner beauty, intuition, communication, and calmness. So I feel this is the message from the Mu Collective, is to continue speaking your truth. So the light blue connected to your throat chakra. Speak your truth with compassion and continue to strengthen your psychic abilities in order to help others heal and to help yourself and to guide you in life, because you've done it many times before. Unique spiritual abilities, they move with you, they travel with you, they're always a part of you. It's just a matter of tapping into it, activating them. And through healing, you make space and clear denser energies in order to create more space to activate these gifts that could be latent within you. Well, those are your messages, Group 2. I hope these resonated. And sending you light and love, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Group 3. If you chose the Golden Rose and this Lemurian Quartz crystal, this is your reading. Your current situation, and major influences. And connecting with the Mu collective and your higher selves, your spiritual team. And just like we see in this card, the woman is just fully surrendering and allowing. So where is it in your life where you can ease up on controlling every aspect of it? So examples could be anything related to work, with the people in your life. So it could be a bigger thing or even small things like just the path you take to walk to the donut shop or something, or the bakery. So try to find moments of where, or opportunities of where you try new things. So that could even just be as small as taking a new route, whether by car or walking or bike, to the coffee shop or to the store, to the grocery store. Or it can even be trying to do your work or certain activities in a new way. Because when we fall into patterns and strict routines, your energy and the energy around you becomes stagnant. And so it's so important to change things up in order to be able to create magic in your life and new opportunities to maybe meet someone, to have a chance meeting with someone that where you strike up a really interesting conversation that brightens up both of your days. Or maybe through work, if you do something different, if you handle something at work in a different way, you may have a different perspective on finding a solution for something. Or if you're writing a book, if you go about it differently, you have more of a chance of changing your perspective on things and seeing things in a new light. With She of the Lotus, this card usually represents having compassion for yourself if you're going through a difficult time. So just like how the lotus grows in muddy waters. So despite the situation, or if your energy is low, or you're healing from a difficult situation, you can still flourish. Just allow yourself, like in the card you can see that the woman is crying, but even then she still maintains her connection with spirit above her, with the lines floating upwards towards the heavens, and with the crown, the lotus at her crown, sparkling. So you always, no matter what you're going through, you always have that connection with spirit, and you're always supported by your guardian angels. And so the Mu Collective is reminding you of that. Embrace this transition or the emotions that come up in processing this difficult situation. And it may be in the past, you may have already done this, and this is just showing up as an indicator that you chose the right group. But hold space for yourself if this is what you're going through now. And let yourself process the emotions, feel the sadness, and go through that. And have compassion for yourself, and just like you would for a best friend that is going through what you're going through now. And with the Freedom card, the message is that as you let go of control and start to, even in small ways, do things differently, surrender, go with the flow in life. It could even be as small as changing your coffee. Maybe you always get, I don't know, what are the coffees at Starbucks? Maybe you always go for the light roast, but then go for the dark. So just make certain small or incremental changes, or big ones, whatever you're comfortable with. And that will lead to new opportunities and freedom and a sense of excitement. This card represents your soul essence. And you got birth and expansion, Lyra, in the past. So as you probably know, Lyra is believed to be one of our oldest ancestors from the stars. And with birth and expansion, I feel, even with freedom, I feel that there's a call for you to embrace your creativity. So maybe just buy some art supplies and soft pastels and some paper and just draw. And it can be anything from abstract drawings and paintings to sketching. So where in your life can you infuse creativity, and what are some creative activities that you've been wanting to do for a while but just haven't actually taken the time to do it. And Spirit is bringing me to a thought that I used to have for myself. So since I was a kid, and for as long as I can remember, I enjoyed drawing and painting, but there came a point in high school where I just kind of stopped, and I remember thinking, well, art supplies cost money, and so if I'm not going to go to art school, then what's the point of continuing? And I remember at the time my parents kind of discouraged me to pursue the arts as well. And so I don't bring this up to judge them, but if I could go back in that moment and talk to my younger self, I would just say, like, anything costs money, and money is just there really to provide us with opportunities and with the basics. And so buying art supplies and paper, and soft pastels are quite inexpensive, and it's so fun to work with them because you have to really get in there and get messy and blend with your fingers. So I would recommend soft pastels. For just a few dollars, you can have this beautiful experience with color. And so that's something I would recommend, and I'm just having visions of it, so I feel that that's something that could interest you. Okay, so the next two cards represent past energies and future. With Inner Earth, it says, you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. And I feel it's very connected to the Lotus card, She of the Lotus, where if there was some sort of ending or difficulty with someone in your life, or just in your life in general with work, or maybe you're at the end of a chapter right now, and if you're finding it difficult to transition into this new time in your life, maybe you've moved, but just know that you'll get through it no matter how difficult the situation is. You will flourish. It's just a matter of navigating through whatever is changing in your life right now. And with Awakening, it says energy upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So I feel that's connected with the freedom and surrender card, and even being more creative with yourself. When you try new things, when you experiment and take new walking or driving routes, you're integrating these new energies and seeing things visually that can stimulate your creativity. So maybe on a new path to work or to the store, you may see someone's outfit that you would not have necessarily seen on your usual route to work or wherever you're going. And that could inspire you to create something, or even to get an outfit that matches that person. Or maybe they'll inspire you to break out, I don't know, the leather jacket that you've been wanting to wear for a while but just haven't, and it's stuck at the back of your closet. But if that leather jacket makes you feel good and makes you feel empowered and tough and creative, then why not? Even if you wear it around the house, like as a sweater. That's just a random example, but I'm definitely seeing it. So it could be anything. It could even be in terms of if you see someone has a certain type of hairdo or haircut, and that inspires you to cut your hair the same way. So it can even be in terms of using your creativity for your own physical appearance and beauty. And now for messages from the goddesses and your spirit guides. So we have Benzaiten, the goddess, the Japanese goddess of beauty. And we have Unicorn, portal, focus your light, listen for a message. And Rainbow Dragon, bring the leaps of joy that opens new doors. So there's a lot of messages here about trying new things, trying things a different way, shining the light on beauty. And Goddess Benzaiten reminds us that enhancing our own physical beauty is actually something sacred. It's an act of self-care, and it's a way of showing our love for this physical body that allows our soul to have this human experience. And so it's actually quite sacred to treat yourself, to perhaps do your hair, put some makeup. And of course, if that resonates, whether you identify as divine feminine or divine masculine, or more on one side or the other, or in any way that you identify, making yourself beautiful, whatever that means to you, it's a sacred thing. And it doesn't have to be every day, but just when you feel like it, even if it's just for you at home. Because you probably experience this, but sometimes when you put an outfit or you spray perfume, it's a different energy, or you feel different, you feel lighter, and it makes life more exciting, more fun. With the Rainbow Dragon card, the message is that as you go with the flow, you'll start to see more blessings, and so just trust in the universe and in spirit and your angels and spirit guides to lead you to blessings. And I feel with the Unicorn Portal card, we see the gateway it almost looks like a rainbow made of flowers and foliage. And so I feel that's it's reinforcing the message of blessings that will come into your life soon. It's just a matter of taking those chances, those little risks of being more creative with yourself and just going with the flow. And going with the flow can also mean taking a day for self-care and just resting. Because with the imagery of awakening and the surrender card, both people are lying down and taking the time to just rest. So that's another message that's coming through. Okay, let's get some messages from the Mermaid Oracle deck. And the card you got is dreams, vivid dreaming, dream messages, and dream teaching. And spirit, Blue Collective, what is in the highest good for group 3? Oh. This one was jumping. Acceptance. And a message from the fairies. Ooh. Summer. Everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. So you may be having dreams or visions about new things that you want to try. So this is a message to just go for it. Allow yourself to dream big and just take the time to try something new, try something that gets you out of your comfort zone, and take that chance. And it could be even just visiting a store that you've always wanted to go to, maybe like a metaphysical store with crystals and spiritual books, or it could be going to a museum, an art gallery. And even if it means going by yourself, just take that chance, to take that leap of faith and try something new. And with acceptance and summer, this imagery is reminding me of the painting by Michelangelo in the Vatican. The painting with God and Adam, I believe, from the Bible, where their hands are almost touching, and it's supposed to be that representing that moment of that spark of creation when the Creator created human beings. And so there may be something creative that involves your hands. So that's making me think again of creating art with pastels or painting, maybe trying watercolor painting, or if you've been wanting to try to paint with acrylic for a long time, but just don't know where to start, there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube, or you can always take a class, a beginner's class online. There are a lot of different platforms that have beginner classes for different creative activities, from painting to dancing in summertime. And if you start now, maybe by summertime you'll have improved maybe your skills in drawing or dancing. Try not to let the fact that you're new at something or a novice, don't let that hold you back from trying something completely new. It takes time to develop skills in any area, and so just have a beginner's mind when starting this new thing. And just have fun with it. Don't worry about, comparing yourself to others, or if you know people who've been able to just be good at this activity right away. It doesn't matter. It's more about the experience of doing it. It doesn't matter whether you're quote unquote good or not. It's just the act of doing it. Choose something that truly fills your heart with joy, because that will add more blessings and excitement and happiness in your life. So it's truly about just the experience of doing it, the act of doing it, the act of painting, the act of dancing, of singing. Let's get a final message from the crystals. The collective, connecting with the highest self of group 3, the collective of group 3, and the Mu collective, and connecting with their heavenly team and the Mu collective. What messages are in their highest good? Okay, so the first crystal, this is actually ammonite. So there's ammonite so it's actually a fully formed fossil of, I think, a type of crustacean or insect from the dinosaur period or ancient times. And many ancient cultures actually use these stones in healing. So some of them you see that they're cut in half, and it's actually the outer shell that was shed from the creature, but this is a fully formed fossil of ammonite, and it actually represents healing. So where in your life can you hold space for yourself, for self-care? Or how can you show love and compassion for yourself and show up for yourself when things are difficult? This is actually a Herkimer diamond. And the message I feel is about clarity. I feel the message is about feeling abundant, and it doesn't have to be connected to wealth, but even just having the opportunity to take a few hours just to be creative and draw or dance. It's such a blessing, because there are people in this world who unfortunately are going through difficult situations. They may be living in war-torn countries, or their country may be experiencing famine. And so there's so much that we have to be grateful for. And so something as small, or what we think of as small, as being able to just veg or chill out at home, put on our favorite songs, and just create art, or just to have tea and relax on the couch. These are such blessings, and I feel the messages that that's actually a sign of, that is actually being abundant. Being able to just do that simple thing for yourself is part of abundance. Tektite is a stone that actually came to Earth, I believe, from an asteroid, and it's such a high vibrational stone. I feel the message is that a reminder that when you create art and you're just in the flow and you're not overthinking it, you're actually channeling yourself. So whenever we feel inspired and we get certain creative ideas, that is a form of channeling. So whether we're writing a fiction novel or a self-care book or drawing or even coloring, doing one of those adult coloring books and, feeling free to choose whatever color to fill in the drawing. You're channeling from the higher realms when you use your creativity. And so just let that energy flow and don't overthink it, just go with it. And this last stone is actually called serpentine, and it connects and helps to stimulate the third eye and your intuition and your crown chakra. And it also reminds us to take the time to meditate and to go within and connect with our heart, with spirit. So in connecting with spirit and meditating, and you can do an active meditation. It can be just going for a walk and focusing on your breath, your inhale and exhale, and just noticing thoughts come up but not attaching to them. Or you can actually sit and light a candle and just stare at the flame. So there's so many different types of meditations, and choose one that resonates with you, that feels that something, do a type of meditation that you feel is realistic for you and that actually gets you excited when you think about it. So if you don't feel like you want to sit in silence for half an hour, then you don't have to do that. Just do some research of the different types of meditations and go for the one that sounds fun. Or even sound meditations or listening to affirmations. There's so many different types. So I feel the Mu Collective is reminding you to really take the time for yourself to connect with spirit, to rejuvenate, relax, and to be creative and go with the flow. Well, thank you, Group 3. Those are your messages. And I hope these messages resonated. And I'll see you at the next one.